Hello everyone and thank you for joining in for this wonderful workshop. The first part begins with making the base and the photo booth pages. So for that I am using the paper collection Sweet Treats from Dress My Craft, and this is a 6x6 paper pack which I am using right now. You can go ahead to use any 6x6 or 12x12 paper pack and then cut them into the required sizes. And this is how the paper pack looks, and I really loved using this into this project. And so first, to begin with the binding, I have gone ahead to take a 8 by 8 chipboard and 1-inch height hinges, and you can go ahead to follow the measurement to make this base. It's very super easy. You have to just paste 3 of the chipboards together with the hinge and then cover it with any white cardstock or any other color that you have. And this is how you can go ahead to do the cover of your album. For the photo booth pages, you have to take 6 into 6.5 inches cardstock, where half an inch you can score and add your tacky tape, or you can also use your any normal fevicol or feviglue, craft glue to stick down. But I have already added the tacky glues, so overall the page is 6 by 6, and this will be the base of our pop-up pages that we are going to create. So we are making total to 4 pop-up pages here. And to cover this, I have taken 6 by 6 paper pack from the paper collection, and which I have cut short a little bit smaller than to adjust inside. Now I will just go ahead to paste all the pattern papers on top and back of my base that I have taken. And I am using tacky glue. You can use whatever glue you have right now, or you can also use Fevicol craft glue. It's really good, and I use that for most of my projects. So here I am applying glue all over the back of my pattern paper, and I will just go ahead to stick it like that. So this pop-up album is a 8 by 8 mini within 1-inch height, and there are 4 pages total. And basically the idea was to tell you the how the technique works, and then you can go ahead to create much smaller or a bigger project using same kind of pop-up window pages that you want to create. But this is a perfect size for if you want to gift it to someone's birthday or anything. So this was a thought in my mind when I thought of working into a little bit smaller project. So this is how I am going to cover both back and front of my 4 pages that I have taken as a base, which is 6 by 6 and half an inch for sticking it down. So we have to follow the same step for rest of the 3. So here I am adding all the pattern papers to my base. So we need total 8 pattern papers in 6 by 6 to add to our base on both front and back. So just go ahead to cover them. So this is my last one that I am covering from both the sides. So this is how all my four this bases are ready. Now we will go to the next step, where I'll be taking the another cardstock which is 6 by 8 inches, and you have to score at 0.75 inch, then another at 0.75 inch, then you have to score after 515 another 0.75 inch, and last one at zero point 0.5 inches to add your tape so that we can stick it to the base. And we have to take the pattern paper also, which fits into our 6 into 5.25 inches center that we have. So this is how you have to score. So after scoring on both the sides, we will get a center space of 5.25 into 6 inches, and I will be going ahead to add my designer paper in that middle space. So again, go ahead and use your tacky glue or Fevicol or whatever you have to apply at the back of the pattern paper and just stick it down. Remember to do it in the center portion that you have after scoring all the four lines at top and bottom. So again, I'll be taking these bases in 4 number so that I can use them to add to all my 4 bases that I have already created. And again, just go ahead to add the paper pack on the top of them. So I'll be going ahead to do the same for rest of the 2. So I have total 4 in number. So this is how all my 4 pop-up bases are also ready. Now just leave them to dry for some time, like usually it dries very quickly. So now we have to create circles in the center. For that you have to just follow the, if you don't have a circle die, I have this circle die from Dress My Craft, and if you don't have this, then you can just go ahead to use your normal stationary compass and set the radius to 2.125 inches, and you can just go ahead to make a circle and then cut it out with any scissor. So this is how I am placing my nested die, which is exactly the same measurement that I have already shared with you, and I am just going to run this through my Big Shot machine, and this is how I am getting my circles. You can also use your circle cutters for the same if you have right now. So this is how I'm going to cut all the circles in the center of all my 4 pop-up photo booth that I have to create. Now we will go ahead to add it to all our 4 bases that we already did, the very first thing that we did. And so you have to turn the flap and then go ahead to add your second base by sticking it in the lower place where it has to be pasted. So you have to do it in the inner side of the flap. Now go ahead to add the half-inch line that we created and add a tape or glue, whatever, and just stick it down just next to the extra half-inch flap that we had. And once you have pasted that, then go ahead to stick the top 0.75 inches scored line, so that it creates this kind of pop-up, and it also lays flat when you are going to close it. So make sure before pasting you make sure that it is lying flat when you are trying to close it, so that way it will, whenever it opens, it will open as a pop-up window. So I am just going ahead to stick it. So the basic idea, when you go ahead and stick it, make sure that you are sticking edge to edge on the other side, and so that there is no any glitch of not going ahead perfectly. So this is how I have done this. Similarly, I'll be doing for rest of the 3. Please follow the step that you have to go and paste the windows in the inner side of the page that we have taken, because we have to open it so that it pops out. So again, I'm going to add this to the inner part and lower section of my base, and I'm just making sure that I'm aligning it properly to my whole base. Now when it's pasted from the bottom, I will go ahead to stick it from the top also, exactly aligning on the 2 corners that I have, and also making sure that it's lying flat whenever I'm trying to close it. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to tell right now. If in case you have any questions, you can always connect me on a WhatsApp call and or email also, and I can just answer back with your queries. So I'll be doing the rest of the 2 in a similar manner. If you're not understanding right now, please do try once with a rough paper or any A4 sheet, and make sure that you are doing it right, and then you can go ahead to cut your cardstock or paper pattern, so that you avoid any glitches and wastage of your paper right now. So this is how all my photo booth pop-up pages are ready. So I have all 4 of them right now. Now I'll be going ahead to pick my base, and so before we paste these pop-up pages into our base, we will have to go ahead to cover the inner side of the base that we have created. For that, I will just grab another piece of cardstock and cover the hinge first. So you can take any 2.5 inches cardstock, which is from the leftovers also. It's perfectly fine. And you can just go ahead to add glue or paste it with your tacky tape, or however it suits you. I'm using a tacky tape because I think I don't want to leave any chance for it to come out later. So I always prefer using tacky tapes at such places where I feel that it should have a stronger bond. But yeah, tacky glue and craft glue also works well, so it's totally okay. Now I'm just going to align it on top of my hinge, and I will just press down it to stick together. Now I'm just using my scoring tool to make a crease. Don't go too harsh on it, because again it will get toned off. I will just go and create some softer creases for it to fold. Don't force the fold too much because the paper may got tear up. So just leave it for some time so that the paper takes the shape of what we have given it. I'm also taking few papers from my 12 by 12 collections of same Dress My Craft Sweet Treats collection. So don't go with that. You can use any of the papers that is available with you right now. And just because I needed to cover my 8 by 8 base, so that's why I'm taking this 12 by 12, and I'm going to cut them into 8 by 8 inches sizes to cover my both top, bottom, and both inside flaps of my this chipboard base that I have created. So I'm just picking up few pattern papers which may go through my whole design. I'm just taking them. So this paper bag is again a beautiful collection of flowers and birthday and lots of sweet treats. So yes, it's a perfect paper for making your birthday themed gifts or scrapbooks or mini albums or anything. In fact, explosion boxes, you can make a lot of things with this. So I'm just going to cut this pattern paper at 1/8 inch less than 8, so that I have to fit in perfectly onto my cover. I don't want it to peek out or not perfectly fit on the top of or inside of my cover. So I always take 1/8 quarter inches less than my actual size. I'm taking another one for the inside. So I need 2 of them for both the sides right now. So I'm just cutting them. If you don't have a scoreboard or trimmer, please don't worry. You can always go ahead to trim your papers with scale and cutting mat also. So that's also not a hassle. And now I have these 2 pattern papers to cover the inside of my base. So I will just go ahead to add tacky tape on all the 4 corners. You can also go ahead to do it with your tacky glue. That works perfectly here. So I always prefer adding tacky tapes to my corners because I know it's not going to come out very easily. So it's perfectly fine. You can use glue also. Just removing the tape from all the 4 corners and adding the tacky glue in the center for it to stick together. And I'm just aligning it on my base and pressing down to stick from all the edges and corners. So it's not just the birthday theme. You can go ahead to create this mini album at a very low budget for your friends and family, and also take customized orders if you want for different themes of wedding, baby, birthdays, and there are a lot of things that you can do. Now once my base pattern paper has been adhered, I will just go ahead to add my flaps that we already created, our pop-up pages, and for that I am going to align it from the top. I will begin to add it from the top, and I'm just making sure that I stick it in a aligned manner. So this is how I have placed my first pop-up page like this. And when you open it, it will be popping out like this, and you can use the circular inside frame for adding pictures. You can use a big picture, 4x6 and 5x7 pictures to place inside. Now in a similar manner, we are going to add rest of the three photo booth pages to our base. So again, I'm aligning my second flap and just pressing it down. So this is how my second has also done. You can always go ahead to increase your pages as per your choice. You can add more, but then you have to make sure that when you're adding more, you have to make your base also a little bigger so that it fits inside, it doesn't peep out later. So for making this four pop-up window pages, I made sure that it is fitting properly into 8 by 8. So see how all my four flaps are exactly fitting inside. So make sure to do all the calculation if you're going to make any different sizes or you're going to add more flaps to it. So this is how our album looks right now, and once the pictures are being added, it adds more beauty to it. Now I am going to cover these half inches straps and gaps that we have with again with some pattern papers. So I am going to cut half inch strips of paper, pattern paper, to cover them. So I'm going to, I think I will go with this one, and I'm going to trim them at little less than half inches, and I'm going to take 5 of them, right? Five. I think I need 4 of them. Yeah. I'm also going to take another 0.75 inches to cover my top of the pop-up that is opening, and I have the part that we have stick on top of the base of our pop-up window. So I'm taking 4 of for them. So this should be 0.75 inches, a little less than 0.75 inches. You can also keep the circles for later use. So now I'm just going ahead to add all the strips to cover my white portions which are visible right now. So go ahead to cover all your white half-inch gaps with pattern papers. This always gives you a very finished look when you don't leave these things behind and cover. So this is how all my gaps has been covered. Now I'm taking another 4 strips to cover my top edge that is also visible as white. So I'm just going to add these strips of 0.75 inches to that portion to cover. So here it is. It just adds some more finish and beautifies your project. So you can just go ahead to do this for all your projects that you create. Try to cover as much white portions as possible, or your pattern paper or cardstock that you're using. So I'll be doing this for all the 4 of them. So here it is covered, all 4 of them. And this is how my pop-up photo booths pages are ready. I just love the way it has come out, and I really like this idea of creating this mini album and sharing with you all. I'm so glad for you all to join in and trusting in me to take this class. And so now our main pop-up window pages are ready. Now we will go ahead to cover the inside and top of our album. So again, I'm going to add my tacky tape on all 4 corners. You can go ahead to do this straight away using your glue. Also, I have given you all list of supplies with their links from where you can prefer going ahead and buying. So once this lockdown thing is over, you can always go ahead to place your order and order stuff and try making a similar kind of layout for yourself. Right now, I will suggest you to use whatever you have right now, whatever pattern papers you have. It's a good time to make use of them. They have been hoarded by you for a very long time now, so just go ahead to make use of them and try to create something unique and in your own style by utilizing this technique. And I would really love to see what you guys are creating, and I hope you're enjoying this video tutorial with me. Now I'm also covering this center part of the hinge with, so it's an 1-inch hinge that we created, so we can go ahead to take a little less than 1 inches of pattern paper to cover. I have taken this pattern paper to cover my top. So this is again fitting in my 8 by 8 inches cover page, and this I'm going to add it at the back. So I'm just straight away going ahead and adding my tacky glue all over the 4 corners and inside. And add it to the base. So this is where we have almost covered the first part of our tutorial of creating the base and creating the base photo booths, and then adding pattern papers to them, and then adding them to our mini album flap. So this is the whole first part of the tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. And if you still have any questions, you can always write back in the group itself, or you can personally WhatsApp me, and I'll be always happy to answer back. So this is how I have covered my hinge side, as well as I will be covering the back side of the album. This album is small, minimalistic, yet very gorgeous, and very unique way of making smaller things also. I usually make very huge projects which are like for baby milestones, complete 1 year, or adding 100 to 100 photos to a picture album. But this is something for smaller occasions, and you can just do it for your kid's birthday, and it's always, I know it's going to make anybody happy from something that you have made hand by your own hands, and then gifting it to someone. It's really a very happy moment for the one who receives and the one who does it. So this is how we have completed till now, and here we complete our first part. Hope you enjoyed watching me. Please connect me for any questions if you have. Thank you so much.